All right. Aloha, everyone. Welcome to the Caring Caregiver Show. I'm your host, Savvy Makalena, the founder of Give Me a Break, which, of course, is a nonprofit organization that's caring for caregivers. And we're doing that by bringing back the joy of caregiving. And each week we're here to help you caregivers to survive. So just check out our website. This is going to be fun today. I am going back and forth from one screen to another. Look at that. And did I do it? Yes, I did it. Congratulations to me. So gab808.org, or of course you can text our phone 808-754-3787. Now we're not super high tech at Give Me a Break in that sense. So, the phone could be in a volunteer's hands and we will get back to you. As soon as we get your message, we'll text it back to you. We'll get that information. We try to keep within our networks, but you don't always get a person. So just text the number. And trust me, if you have an emergency as a caregiver, please call 911 or 988, right? And so either way, you'll get some help that you need right away there. But we will try to get back to you at least within 48 hours, okay? And if you need some information right off the bat, like I said, go to our website, gab808.org, and you'll find all kinds of information there and a few resources as well. We're working on that, by the way, to improve our website. So 2025 goal by the end of this year or by fall, we should have some great downloadables there for you to get you through your day and all kinds of wonderful things. But I know you're tired. I know you're frustrated, and I know your time is valuable. So I don't want to waste that as well. And so if you need help and you need support in any other way, here's one. We offer a support session. Oh, you guys know I don't like this one. Is that the one? There you go. We offer our support sessions every Tuesday at 8 p.m. here, Hawaii Standard Time. And so join us. It's completely free. It's online. You could be anywhere. And as long as your time zone allows you for you to be up that late, please join in. And in our sessions, we provide a safe space for caregivers. This is where you can connect to community, and you can definitely get some tips. And last night was amazing. We're doing a 3-part section right now about mental health. And so it's how you can practice your mental wellness in a moment and what you can do. So I tasked our caregivers to do 3 things, and I'm going to task you guys to do it too. So number one thing is I want you to wake up in the morning, and I'm not a morning person, so this is really tough for me. So I want you to wake up in the morning, and the first thought you have, or the first thing out of your mouth, make it as positive as possible. As positive as you can think. And that's going to set the tone to your brain for the rest of that day. Number 2, middle of the day, I want you to sit and I want you to just for one moment, not even 30 seconds if you have it. If you have more, great. And I just want you to think about all the great things that you did accomplish today so far. Just think about all the good things you've done. And in caregiving, you're doing a million of them. You're just not taking stock of it, right? Then before you go to bed at night, I want you to thank yourself. I want you to take your hand, put it on your shoulder, and give yourself an add a caregiver. Add a caregiver. Great job. And do those three things and try that for this week. And then join us. Join us on our support session and tell us all about what your week was like. I would love to hear it. All right. Okay, taking that off. Well, with that, I would like to get on with the show. And let me just double check something. Okay. And so I want to bring on my guest co-host today. I'm super excited to bring on the host of their own podcast, the Care for Kupuna. And they are I met these two and I was even on their show. And I can't even tell you, there's going to be so much heart on this show today. And I'm bringing on 2 amazing souls. I'm really, really honored to have them on my show today. Welcome, Lonnie, and welcome, Trina, to the Care and Caregiver Show. So welcome, Care for Kupuna. Aloha.
Aloha.
Thank you so much
Savvy.
for having us.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you here. And normally we have our mindful moment, but I don't believe that Shirin was able to make it today. And so that's okay. I think the mindful moment for all of our caregivers will come in that practice of those 3 things. So I really want you guys to take that mindful moment every day and try to do that. So yeah, welcome. Great to have you here.
It's
Thank
great
you.
to be here.
I love it. I love that you both have your headphones on. So welcome to the Princess Leia edition.
I have the pua in my lair.
Oh yes, so we have the Hawaiian. This is the Hawaiian Princess Leia edition. So unlike Moana, this is why I love laughter is one of the best medicines really for any caregiver. And so I hope that everyone enjoys the show because you're going to be able to giggle a lot today. And of course, I'm going to do my props. The Care and Caregiver Show is sponsored by Givers Guides magazine. And Givers Guides is your caregivers guides to caregiving. It's written exclusively for caregivers and with a caregiver's point of view. It's written by caregivers. Check it out. Here, let me pop up on the screen here. You can see, I'll give you guys a sneaky peek. There you go, of this month's issue, because it's National Nutrition Month. So it's all about your nutritional wellness. So there's some great articles in there that you'll find that can help you to make healthier choices, right? So hopefully you'll do that. Oh wait, here's a better one too. This one shows you a summary of some of what you can find in that in the magazine this month. I like this one. It's wellness inside and out. But one of the greatest articles in here is the pros and cons of popular diets, and it kind of weighs out all those different diets, like what's good, what's bad about it. So you can choose a little easier, maybe make better choices. Yeah, remove that. There we go. Hide that. So what do you guys have you ever tried any diets?
Oh gosh, yes. The cabbage soup, the ketos,
Yeah. Right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I know. And then, what's they even, I don't know, they had what I had to do once was called the caveman diet. And, and then they have the carnivore diet. And so it's really great because Danette Penrod, who has been a writer for us from the beginning, and she's just this amazing health guru. And she wrote this article and took side-by-side comparisons of each one of the diets out there. So you kind of can look and see, maybe, you're doing it because it's a fad, but maybe you can do it because it's right for you, and you might find more success. So I love that. It's great. And we'll see what happens with that. And please check it out. Get your subscription, because without it, you're not going to be able to find out if you have the diet that's right for you. Like we've all done by trial and error. And either way, it's a wonderful way for you to weigh that out. But there's more articles in there, and it's such a beneficial magazine. $24.99 for the year. It's like $2 a month. And of course, all of that goes to Give Me a Break to help support what we do for caregivers. So mahalo. All right. Woo. So let's get right into our guest. We'll bring our guest on today. She grew up on the island Maui, where she honed her abilities to nurture and support the children, families, and community, and which she's doing now as the Director of Community Engagement and Training for HCAN, which is the Hawaii Children's Action Network. So please join me in welcoming Mele Andrade. Aloha, Mele. Welcome.
Aloha, everyone. Thank you for having me, Savvy.
Not at all. I am so honored, and thank you for being here. It's so funny because we were just talking before this. So you're actually from Maui. You're now in Chicago.
Yes.
Doing a podcast based on Oahu. And so you see, you can be in 3 places at once.
Yeah. Technology. Hey.
So welcome. What I always do to all of our guests, I ask you to share your caregiving journey and how that brought you to where you are today.
Well, as you said, I'm from the island of Maui. I'm the oldest of 4, and so I think kind of caregiving has always just been a part of even my upbringing. Taking care of my youngest brother is 10 years younger than me, so I've always been helping to take care of my younger brothers, and then also with just babysitting neighbors in the community. And I've always loved children and wanted to just be a part of be a part of their lives and raising them. And so even as I got older, being like a camp counselor and things like that. And then when I had I was lucky enough to have my own children, kind of raising them and juggling that. And of course, as I think a lot of us know, parenting is definitely challenging. And so, especially in today's, you know, in today's society where both parents have to work. And so, when I had my daughter, my husband was working overnight shifts. And so we kind of just juggled.
Wow.
The care in that way, where I was working during the day and he was working at night. And so it's almost like you're kind of a single parent because you don't have the help of your partner. You're kind of just by yourself trying to do that. And then I was lucky enough to have my son 2 years later. So they're very close in age. And so having kind of two babies at home in diapers and kind of the challenges of that. Luckily, I did have my parents and auntie who helped me as well. But it's definitely been a journey and a blessing to be able to raise my keiki here in Hawaii.
Well, and I'm so glad we're talking about this, and I'm so glad you're here today because not a lot of people categorize moms or parents as caregivers, and yet you're the very first caregiver
Right.
to your babies, right? So,
Mhm.
excuse me. So, you're definitely caregivers. So you're still at risk, and you're still, you could still have caregiver burnout, and
Oh, yes.
so everything applies, right? And I
Mhm.
think that we need to broaden that term. It's not just someone taking care of a kupuna or somebody taking care of someone who's sick or injured. We're also parents are very strong in the category of caregivers. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, like you said, we're the first caregivers, and if we're lucky enough to be able to have that time at home with our keiki, or even if we are looking to have help outside the home, it's also a challenge in finding a place that you feel safe leaving your kids, and also that just is affordable and has space available. It's hard to find in Hawaii.
Yes, it is. Yeah, all those who have keiki. Yeah, there you go. So,
Yeah.
so I was at the wonderful fair that you did at the state capitol. Thank you, mahalo, for inviting, and it was a great day. There were so many wonderful resources there, and something else was going on. This is something that's really important that I want to talk about because in your title is Action Network, and this was the action that was taking place. So let's talk about that.
Yes, so a couple weeks ago, we had a Working Families Day at the Capitol. And so we were trying to really highlight any and all organizations that service families in Hawaii, from Keiki to Kupuna. And so really trying to uplift families and the work that we do alongside them, and trying to get support from our lawmakers for our issues and the things that are important for families in Hawaii.
And what are the current issues that you have? At least one of them.
I think it's definitely the cost of living and the challenges of being able to afford to live here and stay here, raise your keiki here, and of course, even for Kupuna, I've been hearing lots of stories about them choosing to leave the islands because it's just not affordable here anymore. And so that was really important to us, is keeping Hawaii's families at home, and the importance of being able to raise our families here, and just the aloha that we share and that we carry here, and having that environment for our keiki.
Yeah, and it's so tough. I know so many who have had to leave and move away, and every time I talk to them, all the first thing out of their mouth, "Oh, I miss home." This
Yeah.
is okay. We're doing all right, but I miss home. And if you can't be home, it's a whole nother thing. And if you can't bring your children up to understand that, my own grandchildren were only raised in Hawaii till they were 8. And then, they lived on the continental US. And so they're not going to remember what it's like to be here or what the aloha is. And they're going to have to be retrained, right? So,
Yeah.
or retaught all over again. and what their culture is. And so it definitely affects the lives of future generations. I think didn't you guys have, you had one bill on the floor, right? I don't think it made it to the floor, did it?
One of the bills that we were trying to pass was for paid family leave, paid family and medical leave, and that would allow for you to be able to get paid to stay home to take care of a family member. It's not just for maternity or paternity leave, but it's for yourself or any family member who needs care. So it can be for Kupuna care as well. And we know how important that time is to have with your family, especially when they're ill or end of life care. It's such a special time, and if you have the opportunity to have that time at home and not have to worry about should I go to work so I can pay my bills, or should I spend this time with my family? It's really challenging. So we were trying to pass that paid family and medical leave bill, but it did not pass.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for a little while to get some of these bills passed, but we can't give up, and we have to continue to advocate, and we have to continue to keep in the eyes and ears of legislation about the needs of all of us. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there for a lot of different causes, but I'll tell you, when it comes to the keiki and the kupuna, we have to protect them, and we have to keep that foremost in their minds, right? And especially when it comes to paid things, because it is really hard. And it doesn't even matter just if you're from Hawaii. In all honesty, anywhere you are, you're challenged financially whenever one is down. Right? You got a man down, and you're not going to leave a man behind, right? And so we're constantly having to look at ways to finance that and get understanding on how important that is to have paid leave, because the family is the core of society, not the workforce. And so we need to kind of change that in the minds, I believe.
Right. And I think so we also, talk about, and like going back to even Kupuna leaving or Keiki and not being able to stay here, but the special bond that grandparents have with their grandchildren, it's so different from what parents provide. And so, yeah, keeping that family together and keeping them whole and keeping them supported is so important.
Yes, it is. I totally agree. So how can everyone get involved? How can they help to advocate? What can they do?
Yeah, so you can definitely join us. We do have activities throughout the session where we're encouraging you to get involved. We provide trainings on how to even do so, and it's pretty fairly easy. And then we will send you updates throughout the session about when those bills are coming out and when you have opportunities to testify. And then, we also have some fun activities throughout the rest of the year as well. So you can check out our website that Savvy shared with you, and then you can sign up there.
Yeah, awesome. So you guys, that's www.hawaii, what is that? / not slash, that's a dash can.org. So let me say that again so everybody understands what I'm saying. www.hawaii-can.org. All right, you guys. And you know what? In all honesty, if you type in on any search bar HCAN Hawaii, it'll come up. So HCAN, it'll come up, and you'll see it. Get on the website, help find out what you can do. And I know caregivers, I know that you're downtrodden, and I know that you've got a day that's just like this. And so when you take that mindful moment, know that you are so worthy of all the good things, and that you can take a moment to be involved in some way. There is a way that what you have to want and what you have to support matters. And so even if it means just going on and signing on to a bill and saying, I agree with this, click it, I support this, that voice that you have can connect with all the other voices and be so important. So do that, caregivers, because you can have a say, you can have a voice. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm very passionate about that. You know that. I'm very passionate about advocacy and ways to support because you know my story, right? My story is the story of Horton Hears the Who. So do you remember that Dr. Seuss book, Horton Hears the Who, the big elephant, and he found the dandelion and he held it on his trunk because he knew and could hear that there were people living on that dandelion. And so at one point they all tried to take it away from him and they all had to figure out a way to get their voice heard. So they made this big long pipe and they all screamed. The entire community got together and screamed, "We are here, we are here, we are here." And sometimes I really feel that that's the way that caregivers have to be right now. We have to stop being quiet and isolated, and we have to say, "We are here, we are here, we are here." And that, and then so if we combine voices with the keiki, wow, that's a loud voice. I love that, and that's where I can see this all happening. Yeah. So thank you.
Yes.
That's unreal. Shit. Did you two? I've been talk chowing this whole conversation. Lonnie, Trina, is there anything you wanted to contribute and say?
I did want to say, Mele, thank you for sharing that. Every episode at the end, we say where aloha meets wisdom, one podcast at a time. That's our slogan. And you serve, your heart is full of aloha. And we would love to have you on the show to share this information with the community.
Yeah, let's get you on Care for Kupuna. Right there's that. We
Yeah.
are here. We are here.
That would be great. I think, the more we can gather together, like Savvy said, and just have our voices heard, and the importance of supporting families in all different ways. And there's so many connections between caregiving for Keiki and caregiving for Kupuna. It's very, very similar. And so I think we all have the similar challenges. And so, yes, coming together, we can definitely be stronger.
Yeah, I believe in that. I grew up with community. We all knew each other's business, right? But we also knew each other's needs. And when somebody in the neighborhood or somebody in the community was in need, everyone got together and supported that. And that's how I grew up, right? Raise your hand if that's how you grew up, right? We all grew up like that. So we need to bring that back. And even though everyone's had to leave, we can still reconnect and we can still be community and hold hands together right now so that we are that loud enough voice. And I think that's the thing. Put your differences beside you and go to that cause that's so important. And that's protecting ourselves and protecting caregivers, protecting Kupuna, protecting the keiki. We have to do it. And so I love that. And I love that you invited her. So I'll look forward to seeing you on Care for Kupuna as well.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so
Wonderful.
much.
Yeah. So thank you for coming on. We really appreciate your time. I know you're busy. You're in the middle of a conference. So we'll let you get back with mahalo for being here. And please, we're sending you all kinds of wonderful sunshine today so that you can be a bright light for everybody there.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Aloha.
Yeah, Mele.
Take care.
Wow. So cool. Right?
So
We're
awesome.
such a great community. It's like, I think because we're carers, right? We put our heart out there. And because of that, we connect past all the other stuff. We connect right at the heart. Right? A beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. But thank you, Mele. Mahalo for sharing. And of course, it's really vital that you do have a voice. And so please, HCAN, go there and just, again, type in HCAN, HCAN. It's like Hawaii Can, yeah? And HCAN Hawaii, type it in any search bar and check it out. Check out their website. Also, go to gab808.org and check out our advocacy site as well. Right. So if you go to gab808.org, we also have a bill for caregivers to get caregivers paid. It didn't make it on the floor again this year. That's okay. It might not make it for another year. However, your support means everything. So all you have to do is click that you support the bill, fill out the form on our website, and we're going to keep all those names collected. We're going to keep you posted about what's going on and be involved. So that's a great thing. I love that HCAN is offering training for those who want to help advocate as well. And I'm also on the Hawaii Family Caregiver Coalition board. So the Hawaii Family Caregiver Coalition will be doing an advocacy training in May as well. So there's a lot out there if you want to get involved and you can learn. And all of this is free. It doesn't cost you anything. So if you can do it online as well, then you don't even have to leave the house. but you can
Even
still have
better.
a voice. Yeah, even better, right? And now you get Bite Squad, Uber Eats. You can just, get McDonald's brought in. You don't even have to leave. So there you go. I don't mean to support any companies, but you know what I mean. No need cook. So
Bottom line.
right there you go. Make it easy. Oh, so that's it. So that's great. Well, now let's talk about Care for Kupuna. What brought you to this? How did you get here? What's your stories?
Well, let me start off. So, me and Lonnie are Medicare agents. So, we help Kupuna in their health plan choices. And we work with the senior community a lot and their family members. And working with them, we came across a lot of the similar questions. And that's where we ended up deciding to do this.
Awesome. Well, it takes a special heart to do that, though. So I know you guys have the heart of a caregiver. And I know, Trina, you said you were a mom. I saw your hand go up, right? And I know, Lonnie, you shared your story before about how you had to care for your family members. So just a reminder to our community that, again, 99.9% of everybody that comes on the show is a caregiver, because I really believe everyone's a caregiver. And so when you have the heart of a caregiver and you've gone through it, that's when something sparks in your mind and goes, we should do something about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So you started the podcast.
Yeah. And we both enjoy listening to podcasts and audiobooks, especially during our long drives or plane rides. And Savvy, I'm always in the car. So
Yes. And it's so nice to have you not in the car today, by the way. But I think your background, is that like a freeway, or what is that? A planter box. Okay, never mind. I was like, is that a green freeway sign behind her? She's on the road.
yes, I am.
Well, I'm glad you're actually sitting and relaxed.
Me too. So it felt natural, to use this medium to share valuable information and resources about, like, wow, wouldn't it be nice to start a podcast to share this information to our clients, but not only to our clients, but the seniors and caregivers out there. So on this long drive, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, we should do this. And then within 10 minutes, as God as my witness, Trina calls me and she's like, how do you feel about starting a podcast? And I just was floored. I'm like, oh my God, you wouldn't even believe I was just thinking about this. And, I loved it.
I love those meant to be's. I love those.
I love sharing this story because it truly feels like it was meant to be, like you said. And it's like divine intervention, right? I always say that, a sign from above. And faith played a huge role. And our mission is to help, Kupuna age gracefully and to help build a healthier community with our support from, like you, Savvy, and all the resources out there and partners. So yeah, we're very blessed that we were able to have this started within months. And we started back in February last year. So we made a year and we're here.
Yay! Congratulations. That's awesome. And, it's funny because we don't even think about that time passing. We just kind of, you have to do something, it's a mission. This show, Give Me a Break, the magazine is all my passion mission, right? And I don't even think about the past. And it's been 5 years, right? And it's like, I think that we all do this because we really believe in what we do. And a lot of people might say, well, Care for Kupuna, what does that have to do with caregivers? But I'm going to also bring out this statistic while I have you here, that 70% of those who are 70 and older will not survive the one they're caring for. So they will pass before the one they're caring for. And so our Kupuna are the highest risk. Our Kupuna caregiver are the highest risk out there right now. So caring for our Kupuna is not only our birthright, right? It's also necessary right now, because if we don't do that, right, we'll not get all the stories and we'll not know what to do with ourselves later, but we'll also not teach our future generations what to do. And that's why I really believe what you guys are doing is so important. It's just so important. So what else? Tell me more about Care for Kupuna.
Well, we have a couple of events coming up this year. So we've made one
You
year.
do?
Yeah, with the
Yes.
podcast. And this year we decided, you know what, we want to be more in the community. And so thankfully, with your help, we are going to be co-hosting the Caregiver Expo that's coming up in March 22nd. We're super
Oh,
excited.
you mean this one?
Yes. Hawaii Caregivers
There
Expo.
they
Yeah.
are, folks, right on the screen. I the Hawaii Caregivers Expo in March 22nd. That one from 10 to 2 at Windward Mall. Yes, that's
Yes.
coming up. And you can get more information about that, by the way, on our website. I'm so excited to have you guys. You're actually going to be emceeing. You'll be doing the entire show, and I'm so excited to have you there. So you guys can come and see both Lonnie and Trina in person, live and in person at our expo. I'm really excited because I love this connection with community, and I love that people are going to see that. You know what? Here we are. Guess what? You know, we're just like you,
Yeah.
and we have to care give too, and yet we've gotten this mission and this passion and heart to do so. So we went above and beyond it, and everyone can do that. And I love that it inspires hope in people.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And so then what else is there's something else coming too, right?
Oh, yes. And then we also supported a softball team here in Hilo that's celebrating their 50th anniversary. And then we have our very first annual Care for Kupuna Expo here in Hilo coming up October 11. And so if you're a sponsor and looking to share news and expand your brand here in Hilo, consider joining us at our Care for Kupuna Expo, October 11th from 10 to 3.
That's amazing. And I love that because our neighbor islands don't always get this type of a thing. They don't always get the resources. They don't always get these celebrations, of community. And so in Hilo area, I know there's a lot of great businesses out there. I know you're all caregivers. Please support them. Become a sponsor, and just contact them. And wait, I took your information. I put it back up again. There we go. You can contact them at careforkupuna.com. Super easy. So anyone, if you know, even caregivers, if you know somebody in the community in Hilo and they are related or not, they may just have in their family someone they care for and a great heart and want to help sponsor what they're doing. These expos are so time consuming and they put a lot of energy, but they also cost kala. Yeah. So help support them with that so they can continue to do these kind of things. And I'm going to tell you, even Give Me a Break has not been able to venture out to the neighbor islands as much as we wanted to. So thank you for your heart to do that there and to get that going because we need more of this. And again, it helps connect those voices.
Yeah, we need our Hilo, our Big Island community to know the resources that are here for them.
Yes. And every island needs it. So listen, if there's somebody out there who wants to support all of us three to start doing it everywhere, we're here. We're ready.
We'll be the traveling team going everywhere.
We can do this. We can hop on, we can hop on the plane and be there and we can get it going. So, by all means, we're happy to do that because the whole point is that what you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
But what you do know can make your journey that much easier. Right? And so we need to get the resources out to the people. And that's why I started Give Me a Break, right? I went through my caregiving journey I felt so alone and I didn't know who to trust, who I could talk to. Nobody called me back. So I made it a mission to connect. And that's again, why you did Care for Kupuna and why I do this show, to connect resources to the caregiver. And so that if it's on this show, yes, we're good. So contact me, contact you folks. But so in Hilo on October 11th?
Yes.
Saturday.
Yeah, not bad. That dementia girl. She got it. So October 11th. And where in Hilo is it?
It's actually going to be at the Prince Kuhio Mall. So AC, we don't have to worry about the weather.
Yeah, there's only one mall, you guys, in Hilo. Trust me. That you go into the
You can't
mall,
get
you're gonna go
lost.
to Hilo. Yeah, you can't get lost. Go have breakfast at Ken's, and then after that, go straight to the mall and go ahead and check out their expo. That's really exciting that you guys are doing that, and we're gonna have you guys come back on. I think just before that too, so we can re-announce it and let people know as it gets closer. So keep us in touch with that, okay?
We will. Thank you.
Good. Awesome. Yeah. So let's see. Where are we? Well, I don't know. I lost track of where I am. I'm not even following my script on this show. See how much fun you guys are?
Well, Gabby, can we share where people can find us and all
Yes,
that
please
good
do. Go for it.
information? As you can see, or our website is careforkupuna.com, and that's care with a K.
Mhm.
Scroll to the bottom and you can join the insiders list where you can sign up for a newsletter. So you'll get a newsletter and it will provide information on the new episodes. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram.
Instagram's a
And
great place to follow you guys. I always check that out before I go to bed at night. I'm not real good at always. I gotta like, share. I know, but yeah,
Well, thank
Instagram's a
you,
good
Sam.
one. Yes, of course.
And then you can listen to our podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can download to our episodes from day one from last year.
That's exciting. And I like that your podcasts are a little shorter too. So mine tend to be a little longer, guys, sorry. But I can tell you that their podcasts are a little shorter, so you can take them as smaller bites. And this is something really helpful for anyone. I mean, Kupuna, but also for caregivers, because you don't always have a lot of time. So check them out, and you can listen to the podcast while you're doing what you do through the day, and while you're on Spotify looking for the Care and Caregiver Show. Anyway, look for Care for Kupuna as well. Just go from C to K. So caring with a C and Care for Kupuna with a K. All right. Anything else on that? No, I got everything. Oh, good. Because I jump around, right? You guys got to keep up with me. Well, I want to thank Mele Andrade for sharing with us, and also remind you guys to please get involved. It's important. We don't want to sit back, because then when we start complaining later, you don't have a voice because you didn't give your voice. So put your voice out there, and even if we get accomplishments, great. If we don't, that's okay, because the bottom line is we connected as a community, and nothing can break that bond, right? So we always want to, what's that game? You remember the game we used to play in grade school? And I think it was, you had to all join hands, and then somebody had to, yes, it's Red Rover sent somebody over, and then you had to run and try to break their hands, right?
Yeah.
So
we're stronger as a community.
I don't think they do that nowadays. So violent, yeah. But,
Savvy, I like how you bring the old school stuff.
I know, right? Oh, I am old school, doggone it. And so, yeah, but you would hold hands tight, and they couldn't break your bond. And so I think right now we need that more than ever. We need the old school stuff. We need to hold on tight to each other and not break those bonds. And so connecting is super important. No matter what it is that you do or who you are, if you have that compassion, then we need to all get together and contact either one of us, right? And we can always get you on our podcast to talk about it. So so thank you, Mele, and thank you, both of you, for being on here, of course. And again, here's my pitch. Remember that Give Me a Break does bring this show to you, but Giver's Guide sponsors it. So get onto the Giver's Guide site, or go on to Give Me a Break, and please get your subscription through the online magazine, and you'll see a beautiful ad in there for Premier Benefit Partners as well. So get all of that. And thank you again for joining me today, the two of you. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad you're not in your car, Lonnie.
Me too.
And actually, Trina's in her car, but that's a background. Nah. Just kidding. I know. I love it. So the Care and Caregiver Show, you guys, it is about connecting caregivers to resources and community with, of course, the caregiver's wellness, your wellness and survival as our goal. So next week, right here, we'll be having Kathy Wyatt, and she's with Halehaole Daycare Centers. Wonderful show that we're going to have with her, and Giancarlo, and I'm not sure if his wife's going to be here, but I put her there anyways. So Giancarlo and his wife Sherry will be sharing with us an app that's called Watch Our Own. It's really interesting. I know you'll enjoy it. So check out next week's show as well. Mark your calendar. Don't miss it. You can always check us out on any of those. You can always check us out any of those podcasts, like I said, platforms: Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Google. We're all there. And again, while you're there, don't just do Care and Caregiver Show, but go to the K's and check out Care for Kupuna with a K as well. Listen to their podcast and just stay connected. Caregivers, don't lose that. Don't isolate. It's not worth it when you know you have such a loving and kind of funny, make you giggle kind of community out there who's always going to be there for you. Okay. All right. Anything else? Last aloha, you guys.
No, thank you so much, Savvy.
Thank you. All right. In the meantime, caregivers, remember, breathe. Into your nose, out your mouth. Okay, you guys, take a deep breath. And here's hoping you're finding more joy in caregiving each week and right here on the Caring Caregiver Show. Thanks for tuning in, and always be kind to yourself and especially to those who are caring. All right. Aloha, everyone, and mahalo to you both. Love to you both. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.